This is Rap the News, and I believe I'm on to something very big right here. Very big. And this is urgent. And I say it again, urgent. Okay, disclaimer. Just like I said, we are human, so we are prone to make mistakes or, be off a little bit. But I want you to consider what I'm saying here. And I want you to consider it very strongly of what I'm saying. All biasness aside, all racism, all crap aside, all your feelings and emotions about Rap the News, push it to the side, man, and hear what I have to say. Okay, I know the Spirit came to me and said something. Whether I'm relaying that to you right or not, I don't know. Let's find out. So, we had these first sets of blood moons that occurred, 2015? And basically, they were like 3 blood moons, and I believe it's for the 3 moons to come. It's a warning for the 3 moons to come. Red, 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 stop, stop, stop. Right? The 3 moons that were coming after this, these 3 blood moons right here, in 2019, starting with 2019, and then on down. Okay, so it's an insight on 3 supermoons and the end time event. So now, I want to tell you about a dream that my wife had. She had a dream that it was 3 super moons, 3 blood moons. And basically she had to pick one. So she was asked to pick a moon. And she picked the first one, right? Okay, you would think the dream is meaningless, but I also had a dream. And now mine was similar to some people's dreams, is where the elite or God's elect was asked a question: which moon do you want to die on? This is serious. This is my dream. Do you want to die on the first one, the second one, or the third one? In my dream, my wife picked the first moon, and I believe I recorded this dream before, and it's on my channel somewhere. Okay, so listen carefully, man. My wife picked the first one, and I was saying my goodbyes to her. So we came into some mountain cave entrance that was being guarded. It was people on the outside that wasn't coming in. And it was a guard at the door, just one. And we went inside, and they were having a last meal before they left. And so I saw my wife go in, and I was kind of like feeling, like, okay, this ain't right, that I should go with her, and so, cause I didn't want to choose yet which one which moon to die on, and I said, you know what, we're gonna die on either one, so it doesn't matter. I might as well go in with her. And so the guard at the gate said this, and this is real. He said, okay, the final countdown has begun. So anybody who ain't in right now, the gates is closing to the mountains, and so the mountains start shutting up. And so I went inside with her, and started going inside, and then something told me to look back out. When I looked out, I saw the front of the mountains closing in. It was getting darker. It was going down. A lion came in, right, before the doors closed where we was, and it devoured the guard. That I guess that way nobody opened that gate up, no matter what happens. And I don't know, the mountain, whatever, start doing whatever, I guess, to destroy us or get we to die. I don't know what's going to happen, but earthquakes start happening, right? Okay, so now both of us is having dreams about pretty much 3 moons or 3 times to pick, You know, we chose number 1. Okay, now let's get into what the Spirit is telling me. And not saying it's going to happen or it's not going to happen. So I'm not making a prediction, nor am I giving you a time or a date. So now we got these 3 moons right here. So it started out with a blood moon, which was in January. And then we're going to have the brightest moon, which is in February, this month, 6 days from now. And then we're going to have the last moon in March. And all these are super moons. Right? Okay, let's keep going. Last year in 2018, the month of February had no full moon at all for the whole month. That's odd, ain't it? But this year, February presents the biggest full moon or super moon of 2019, but it's going to be the biggest moon of all times. Think about it. It's going to be the closest to Earth ever. And then after this, it's going to start going further and further away. By the way, the bright star accompanying the February supermoon is none other than Regulus. People need to study a little bit on what the hell Regulus is and what does it mean. And then the brightest star in the constellation Leo, the lion. You know, and I wanted to take this part out because I'm not into all of that, but I'm just saying that, okay, I left it in there to stand for Judah. Right? And so this is representing the first set of moons. So it's 3 super moons in this year, right? That's going to happen back to back, like, you know, month after month, within 3 months. So this full moon moment arrives on February 19, 2019 at 15:53 Universal Time, and then everybody else can see the times where they supposed to. Let me zoom in on this so everybody can see a little bit more clear. Let's get all the way up in there, man. Bam. So everybody can see the times the moons are supposed to be showing where you at. Okay. This is urgent, man. But this year in 2019, the biggest full moon of the year happens on February 19, 2029. Each full moon for the next 7 months will occur further away than the one in the previous month. Okay? Now watch. She picked the first moon. I picked the first moon. I believe that God's chosen remnant will be first to be taken out of the house of Israel, and some Jakes are included with us. Right? The ones that got it. And then we're going to read the verse. Isaiah 10:20. So it's going to be 3 sets of remnant. You know, 3 sets of remnant. Isaiah 10:20. And it shall come to pass in that day, and that's a season, that year, that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, the Jakes that got it, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. We ain't going to be in the land. We're going to be taken out to our own land or wherever God is going to take us. But shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. So it's the ones who came into the real truth. I try to offer people the real truth, but they cannot hear. They will not let go of the false gods of the nation. They ain't going. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant, a handful of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. Right? So these ones is going to do what? Overflow with righteousness. Okay, so these are the righteous being taken out first. Next. For the next 2 years, there will be 3 sets of supermoons, making it 3 in total. So that's the first set. Now we on the second set, which is in 2020. So this is 2019. This is 2020. And so it's going to come on March 9th, supermoon 2020. April 2020, May 2020, 987, right? Countdown. Keep going. So there, you got your 3 moons again, but now Regulus is not there, and the moon is not as bright. So on the first set, the moon was brightest, and you had the brightest star Regulus accompanying it, right? So this is the second set of the remnant that's going to come a year later. So they're going to come in 2020. I believe they're going to try to implement the what? The beast system. The whole system is going to be implemented after the first group go out. The world is going to be hella evil, man, at this time. Okay. This time, the second set of God's chosen people will be taken out from the east. So this is taken out from all of the transatlantic slave trade right here. And then these are ones, according to where God is saying he is taken out, these are from the east. Isaiah 11:11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, the second time, which shall, and I believe it's the second year, 2020, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros, Cush, Elam, Shinar, and Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. So this is the second time. Life has gotten bad. It was shitty. They was after God's people, probably crucifying, cutting their heads off. Who knows what's happening right around this time? But we know once the good is taken out, it's going to be a hell of a deal for the next set to make it through. So it's going to be another set that's going to make it through from the east. All right? So first the house of Israel, then the east, and then we're going to have another supermoon. This is a three-peat in the following year. And that's why people are seeing 3 moons. I'm thinking it's all going to be like this first 3 moons, but I'm pretty much sure it's going to be the set of 3 moons within 3 years. So this three-peat is going to happen in 2021, and then I don't believe it's going to be anything afterwards. And Edom is going this time. Edom and the uncircumcised, the Gentiles. 2021, April 27th, full moon. 2021, 26, 24, countdown. Again, right? Last countdown. So if you didn't make it on here, you burning in eternity in hell, probably, most likely. So now you got your moons again showing up, right? Again, 27, 26, 24, countdown. Last one, 2021. This will be the last remnant taken to the promised land, and then the final destruction occurs. So this remnant is going in chains and shackles. Again, this remnant is going in chains and shackles. Matthew 24:32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree, which when his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know that the summer is nigh. Now, that's where we at right here. So May, June, the summer is nigh. Right? It's right up in here. It's close on this last set right here. Right? And then this is when God is coming around this time. Right? The day of the Lord. Let me say that. Amos 9:12, that they may possess the remnant of Edom. So these are the ones that's going to be brought to us. And after this third calamity, after that set got taken, then it's going to be holy hell on earth. Holy hell on earth. And these ones going to have to hide, I believe. They're going to have to hide and not be seen. Right? And then basically, when they are taken out, then basically they're going to be slaves. But nevertheless taken in, which are called by my name, says the Lord that doeth this. Again, Amos 9:12, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, a handful that's left of them, and all of the heathen that's left, which are called by my name, says the Lord that doeth this. Right? So, it's 3 moons. These represent the 3 times, the 3 red moons that appeared first. That is going to be 2019, 2020, 2021. 19, 20, 21. And then the first just appeared. Bam. And it's going to appear, this is the brightest time. This is going to be the brightest moon with the brightest, and the brightest is going to be taken at that time. Now, we don't know if that's going to happen in March, you know, during the last moon. But they going to know for certain when they get here. And then these ones going to really know for certain. And they're going to have to deserve their way out of there. So this is some awesome information, man. And it says that, okay, if this is going down, something is going to go down, and Regulus is going to be showing right here with the brightest full moon. This is marking some hell of a time before it get right here. They might start coming after us. We don't know what's finna happen, but we know that something big is taking place right now, a big change. This is Raptor News. Y'all tell me what y'all believe and think.